Hi, friends. Every day, we make decisions. What to study, where to invest, even how to spend our time. But behind every choice, there are hidden costs we often ignore. Economics gives us simple tools to understand these trade offs better, especially through three key ideas: opportunity cost, sunk cost, and marginal cost. Together, they help explain not just what we choose, but how we should choose more wisely. To begin with, opportunity cost is the value of the next best alternative you give up when making a decision. In simple terms, choosing one thing always means sacrificing another. For example, if you spend your evening watching a movie instead of studying, the opportunity cost is the study time and potential improvement in your grades. This concept also plays a huge role in business decisions. A well-known real-world example is Apple Incorporation. When Apple decided to focus heavily on the iPhone, it shifted resources away from other potential product lines. The success of the iPhone shows that the company made a high-value choice, but it still involved giving up other opportunities. The key idea is that opportunity cost isn't always visible, yet it is always present in every decision we make. Next comes sunk cost. Its sunk cost refers to money, time, or effort that has already been spent and cannot be recovered. Unlike opportunity cost, which is about future trade-offs, sunk cost belongs to the past, and it should not influence current decisions. However, people often fall into the sunk cost fallacy, where they continue something just because they've already invested in it. A classic example is the Concorde project, developed by the UK and France. Even after it became clear that the project would not be profitable, governments continued funding it because so much had already been spent. Similarly, in everyday life, someone might continue watching a bad movie or staying in an unproductive situation simply because they've already invested time or money. The smarter approach is to ignore sunk costs and focus only on future benefits and outcomes. Finally, marginal cost is the cost of producing or doing one additional unit of something. This concept is crucial for businesses because it directly affects decisions about pricing and production. For instance, consider a bakery that produces 100 cakes a day. The marginal cost is the expense of making one extra cake, including ingredients, labor, and energy. A powerful real-world example can be seen in companies like Netflix. Once Netflix has produced or acquired content, the cost of serving one additional viewer is extremely low, almost close to zero. This low marginal cost is what allows digital platforms to scale so efficiently and reach millions of users worldwide. In general, businesses increase production as long as the marginal cost of producing one more unit is less than the revenue it generates. When we compare these three concepts, a clear pattern emerges. Opportunity cost focuses on what we give up when making a choice. Sunk cost reminds us to ignore what has already been lost, and marginal cost helps us decide whether taking the next step is worth it. In other words, opportunity cost is about missed alternatives. Sunk cost is about past and irrelevant investments, and marginal cost is about future decisions at the margin. In conclusion, understanding these three types of costs can completely change how we approach decision-making. Instead of being influenced by past losses or ignoring hidden trade-offs, we begin to think more rationally and strategically. Whether in personal life, business, or policy-making, these concepts guide us towards smarter, more efficient choices, because in the end, better decisions lead to better outcomes.